Good morning. I bet you wonder what this is. Well, this is the cover for the back of my journal. It's going to go over it. And I have installed in here a Tim Holtz little, what do you call them? Eyelets? No, brad, with the little circle on it. I have, instead of changing this out because I needed the size, I'm talking about the ring, this ring. Instead of doing that, I have put glue on the back of it to try and hold it somewhere near that little thing that it goes through. I put the eyelet in with, I hole punched it through the fabric. Then I hole punched through a piece of paper and I glued the paper down, installed the brad in there, and one of the brads stuck out above here, so I just folded it over and I clamped them down with my jewelry tool so they're nice and tight. Then I glued another piece of paper over the top of it to hold it, hopefully, for a long time. And then what I did was I have cut a bunch of these fabric strips. You can see they're not very wide. They're probably less than 1/2 of an inch. And I have also cut, remember the like tablecloth or curtain lace I had? I've also cut that into little strips. I left the hem on the bottom because I want to use that to glue into the top here. It's sturdier. So I'm going to put this piece of paper under here. This is my center hanging string for my lace bunch that I'm going to put on here. Then I put together a bunch of these strips of lace and fabric. And now I'm going to try and put them around this doodad. I'm going to let it hang down a little bit. Oh, maybe 1/4 to 1/2 of an inch. Probably 1/2 an inch is best. And I'm going to initially glue that to my hanging string. My glue is all bunched up because I've been really working it hard this morning. So I'm using quite a bit of glue. I really want this to hold very well. So I'm going to, about 1/2 of an inch down, I'm going to glue that one to the back of it. I'm going to glue this one to the front of it. And I'm going to keep it even with the one I put underneath. As even as I possibly can. I don't know if this is going to work. Let me just say that right up front. Oh, and hello and good morning to everybody. I am Angela Thoma with Dogwood Paper Arts. My channel name is Angela Thoma. My Etsy name is Dogwood Paper Arts. Now I'm going to glue this one off to the side here of those, the top and bottom ones. She's making a weird thing. She is, everybody. Come see. It's a weird kind of tassel day. And this is like baking sheet paper, but it's more like, I guess, sandwich wrap. So it has kind of a waxy substance in it. And I'm going to take this one and I'm going to glue it on this side. Right over there. Keeping all of those kind of even at the top. And And I'm going to just kind of squish them together to make my tassel. Now, to make it look more even, I'm just going to add some tassels around the edges. And it wants to stick to me, so I have to kind of be the boss of it. And I am going to overlap them just a bit so that they don't look, I don't know, so they don't look like they're in a square block, is what I'm trying to say. And I'm going to have to cut some more of that. So let me scoot this aside and get my fabric again. All I did was fold it in half, like that. Got a straight edge. Got my handy dandy rotary blade here. And I just cut strips. Got one more. I don't think we're going to need many more. And then I still have some of this left. Look at this. I can get a couple more pieces out of it. And this is that hem I left on the bottom. You can see it there. Yeah, I left that on the bottom so that I could glue it into the top. And we have one more here. Let's just use that one. And that'll have to go for something else. Bring this back. Make sure you close your rotary blades so you don't cut yourself. And I need to turn this around so I can work on this side now. And I think I'll go ahead and put another one of these on. Oh, I'm going to cut that little piece off there because it kind of bumps out where it should more like bump in. And I'm just going to attach some pieces. I'm going to cut this in half. When I originally did the ones on the inside, they are not cut in half. Oops, need some glue down there for it to hang on to something. Oops. I'm not going to worry too much about the back side of it. I'm more concerned about how it looks at the front. I want it to look like it belongs on the journal. So you can see I'm just putting these in between the last several I put on here. Just so it kind of, you know, gives it a good look. And I think that's good. Just like that. There, now, I cut this piece, what is it, about 1 inch, just about 1 inch wide. And what I want to do here is put this underneath. And I am going to wrap this completely around this as tight as I can. And I really want to try and get this at the back and whatever I cut off here at the back. Make sense? The reason you want it at the back is so that it will be a hidden closure on it. So I'm just going to slip that under there. And it won't really matter on that end one as long as this one on this end gets wrapped to the back. I might have to wrap it a couple of times to get it to look appropriate. But I'm not too concerned about that. I think no matter how it ends up, it's going to look good. I hope. So you can see I'm pulling it pretty darn tight. You can see the glue is just pouring through it right now. Now I'm going to smooth out some of my glue as I start making these other wraps, because I don't want it to seep through as bad. And keep your wax paper under there for right now. Now this piece here, I need to figure out where the back is. So what I'm going to do is cut it off somewhere around the back. Like that. And I'm going to put the glue on it. If my glue will come out, look at that, I've really been using it on this. So I'm going to put a lot of glue on here. And once again, I'm going to smooth it down so it's not absorbing all the way through it. And find my towel, which is on my lap. And around to the back with it. And there we go. We now have a cute little permanent tassel for our book. Now, if you don't like the way this top looks, you can make something up there. You can maybe go around it with some fabric to you know, make it look better if you want. That's up to you. I don't mind it looking shabby because that's kind of how we do our journals. Okay, make sure that that's glued down back there. There we go. Okay. And there you have a pretty little tassel for your book. That's what it looks like on the end. Yeah, it looks a little shabby. That's okay. But there is a tassel. A good way to make one that should be strong. And look at all this glue and fabric I have on my hands. Woo! Okay, here is the journal. Now, I know that this is centered right there. So I want to keep that piece centered, if I can. And then I want to glue it down to the journal. Now, you do have this heavy tassel in your way, so you're going to have to kind of put up with that. But just to be sure I'm centered down here, I want to measure this with my blue ruler, if I can find it. There it is. So up here, it should be, well, that's 6 1/2 or 6 3/8. So my center was at about 3 3/16. 3 3/16, right about there. Oops, threw my pencil in here. Maybe it's out of lead. Nope. So that's about center there. Okay, here we want our center to be on this center line where we put our, you know, whatever you call it. So you can stick a pin there to kind of show you where your mark is. And you can stick a pin up here. Just as a kind of an estimate. And then I'm going to take my glue. And going to glue down the center. Boy, I really gotta squeeze my glue. You guys, it's running out. Hope I have more. If I don't have more, I have to go to Joann's, which means I have to travel to Albany, which means 45 minutes over, 45 minutes back, a day in Albany. Might as well hit the craft stores, which would be Joann's and Hobby Lobby. I'd have to go a little further if I wanted to go to Michael's. So, guess I won't do that today because I might want to go to Michael's. I like to leave early in the morning and spend the day. Go to craft stores and go pick up things I need at Staples, things like that. Okay, I'm just going to press it down a little bit because I don't want it to come barreling through this fabric, because then we got to find something else to cover it with. Okay, we know our center line is this Tim Holtz clip in there, and we know our center line down here is this pencil line. Scoot that up. Okay, once you have those, remove your pins because they'll probably go back in your glue. Mine will anyway. Will go back in my glue. And I'm going to rub that in. There we go. And I'm going to grab some Fabri-Tac and see if I have another bottle. Oops, there's a sack there. Don't trip over it. Oh, I'm a good girl, maybe? Oh yeah, my Fabri-Tac is working. Let's take this one. And if it works, if it doesn't work, I'm throwing it away. You're not getting acetone, so straighten up. It says, give me time, give me time. I have to get down there. This is where you wish you to cut the top clean open so the glue would just come pouring out. think I'm getting a Fabri-Tac headache. Oh goodness, that one is hard. I think that glue is old. Okay, just pull that onto there. Okay, let's try this one. Is it even open? No. It's a new bottle. Let's put it in let's put it in here. Set that aside a second. Oh, I hope it comes out. Oh, it does. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Let's fill it up. Nice. Oh, fantastic. Maybe now I won't have to be inhaling this glue all the time. I'm going to clean the tip off of that one. I probably will put acetone in this one just to make it be a little bit better. Let's go ahead and clean that tip off. We don't need to keep it gummed up there right now. I like to keep it gummed up on the tip because it kind of seals it closed. Plus it allows me to spread a wider swath of glue at one time. Ooh, look at that. So it's going to go right to about there. A little further. I'm still going to have to put a little under the edge there. Not a lot, look at that. I think I'll be able to get away with just putting it on this part. Okay, there, my friends, is the front. Looks like I'm going to have a lot of strings to throw outside for the birds. They'll like that in the spring. Of course, you can't do that with Fabri-Tac on them. Don't want to cause my birds any problems. Okay. Let's flip it around to this side. Pull out some of the big strings. Now you do want to be sure that you glue down that piece of cardboard or whatever it is that you've chosen to use on yours. Because otherwise it'll kind of bulk out there if it's not glued down. We don't want that. No bulk out. Went right over the edge, you guys. I'm kind of working on my left side, and I am right-handed, so it's a little different. Well, it's a lot different for me. But I think as crafters, we all work left and right, don't we? Okay. going to flip it around now that I've got that piece pulled up from the spine. I hope that this is the back of the book. Might be the front. You know, I didn't stop to look. It wouldn't matter anyway. It would not matter. It looks the same front and back. There, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? There it is with its beautiful little tassel. And it's hung on there. It looks pretty even. I think we did good. What do you think? And it's perfect height. Great way to do a tassel, super easy. I mean, it's gluey, but it is super easy this way. Okay, so now that this is drying, do we want to put anything along the edge there? You know, inside we have placed some interesting pieces. We've done all kinds of goodies in there. But I have this kind of bluey purple. Do we want to put that along this edge? I don't know if you can see that. I have this really wide swath of gold. Don't think we want to do that. But wow, that is some bling there, isn't it? We would have to cut it down the center and do a little here and a little out front. It has some pearls that we could do. Pearls are kind of pretty, but they're not as wild as this journal. It's a wild one. Let me see if I got any more. I thought I did. Oh yeah. Here we go. We have this. This is just a diamond-y looking like one. Okay, so there's that one. And let's look at this one. Gotta be careful, I don't want it to stick itself down, but it will stick. I mean, it shouldn't glue down. Ooh, I kind of like that. Yep, that's it. Okay, that's what we're doing. We're doing it, you guys. Going to use Fabri-Tac. Color makes me happy. Don't forget. Actually, I was telling Caryl and Tammy that this was really kind of hard because I'm not used to just letting go and whamming out the color like I did on this. I love color, but I mostly stick to pinks, that kind of thing. And pinks and greens, you know, safe colors, pretty safe. Purples, more on, they might be a little bright, but not super bright. And in here I added a lot of bright and a lot of bling. And isn't that pretty? Woohoo! Okay, let's go over here. Add some right along here. What's nice is I am using up some things that I haven't used in years. Thank you, Caryl. I needed to do that. And what a great idea. Okay. Yeah, it's been really good for cleaning some stuff out, actually, and using up some paper that I wouldn't have used. I hope somebody won't like this enough to put in for it. You know, since it is so colorful. I mean, I'm a little bit afraid that people won't want something so colorful. Because, you know, we all kind of do the shabby and grungy and untamed. This one's wild, though. It is not tame at all. It was staying pretty tame until I put in the bright cards, the bright journaling cards. Now, you know, the worst thing that could happen at this moment is that this is upside down and my tassel's on upside down. I did not check. So now we better look. So far, so good. Whew, we're okay. And there we are. So I've got a little bunching up over here with that cardboard stuff that I told you to be sure and glue down. Right there, you can see I didn't get it glued down super well on that side. I think before we open this and go through anything and take a peek at it, I better just let that dry with it closed. Because we don't want it to, the one thing we don't want it to do is to pop off the seam over there. So, yeah. Okay, well, I will come back to you when this is dry. And we will maybe take a walk through it. I did finally just cut some cards and put in there, and the only thing we'll have to do as we go through this is maybe corner around some of the pieces, and we'll see how it goes. It might not be done. Oh, we still have to add some things down here. What shall we add? Well, we'll come back and do that. I'm sure it's not done. I think it probably needs one more go through, and then these, and then just some additions to the journaling cards, I think. They're all in there, but I can't show them to you right now because I don't want to disturb this cover. I want it to get hard. Get hard, be hard to open until the book is used. Okay, oh, and I have to do that R. My random R. R. Why would we put an R there? Art, A-R-T. Ooh. Oh, and we have a plate, a book plate we have to put on here. Oh dear. We are not done. We are a long ways from done. I need to go through the box and pull out the buttons and stuff now, because I know we have a lot of them that need to come out. Okay, well, I just noticed that right here they put in a row of 4 beads, and down here it's 3. The company made a mistake. Oh well, it is what it is. I didn't cut these apart, they came that way. But they're all 3 until you get right here, and it's 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 3. Anyway, I have some more things that will go with this. And we can do the word art. Or something like that. I have some things that'll go with it. I'm gonna get this R in there, Caryl. All right, I'll see y'all later. Have a wonderful day. Rawr. See y'all later. Bye.